We are here for our fourth episode of Chamber Chats, and we got none other than Mr. Mayor of City Banning, Alberto Sanchez. And once again, we get to continue the tradition of some funky socks. Mr. Mayor, you want to show them what kind of socks you got today?
I got Popeyes.
Staying strong.
Staying strong with Popeyes. You know, it's I used to watch this a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was young. It's just kind of funny.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot, and I was obsessed.
That was one of the classics.
It really was.
I mean, Looney Tunes and all the other ones are cool too, but this one was creative. It was different. You know,
Yeah.
The spinach.
The spinach,
Which nobody liked. I don't know. Do you like spinach?
Every now and then. You know, like it's not like a big thing. Maybe in a smoothie or something.
Yeah, it has to be diluted.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be like not eating it straight out.
I think when I was a kid and then watching Popeye, you're like, okay, cool. Like all I needed to do is eat spinach, and then you try it in a can, and you're like,
oh no.
No wonder he's strong.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
It was like, oh no. Yeah, it was too much.
Well, speaking of growing up watching things and just part of childhood, where were you born and how many siblings do you have?
I was born in Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, Mexico.
And how long were you there for?
I was there since I was born all the way until the age of 13 or 14, I believe.
Okay.
I have an older brother. He's about 5 years older than me. I have a younger brother. He's about 12 years younger than me.
Okay, dang.
And then I have a younger sister, too. A
Dang.
little bit younger than my little brother as well.
Okay, and are you guys all kind of still in the same vicinity?
Yeah, same vicinity. You know, always in contact with each other, and it's one of those things that we never get away with. Is that we try to stay together.
Okay, nice.
Throughout our whole time.
Is there a childhood favorite dish that you remember having over there in Mexico that was like a beautiful memory of taste?
Very simple to me. Extremely simple. It's literally a handmade tortilla with refried beans and like a piece of cheese.
Nice.
Specifically panela.
Ah.
That was like my thing to go to when I was a child, and even nowadays I look for it everywhere I go.
Wow.
And I can't find it.
Dang. Does mom make homemade
Mom
tortillas?
used to make it for me all the time, and you know, when we were in Mexico, it was very abundant over there, but coming out here, it's not as much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite childhood food memories was just tortilla and butter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's especially if it was a homemade tortilla. Oh my God,
yeah,
it's
you can't beat
and it is. It's simple. I mean, and maybe because we weren't like wealthy growing up, so
Yeah.
you know, mom was like, "Hey, here's this.
Yeah,
You're gonna like it. I swear." You know, or
like, yeah.
bologna. Bologna was
Yeah,
another one that it was like, but then she tried to get fancy and then fry it. You know, it's like it's a fancy bologna.
Yeah.
But some of the most simple things
Yeah.
as a child was like, man, they're
Like
delicious.
making beans and then putting it over white rice.
Oh, see, I've never
Amazing.
I've never had.
To
Is
me,
it the
it's
pinto?
amazing. Yeah, the pinto
ones?
beans just with white rice, and that's it. Very extremely simple, and it's one of my favorite dishes too.
Yeah,
That's it.
can never go wrong with simple.
Yeah, seriously.
So when you moved over here in 8th grade, so did you go to Nicolette or
I went to Coombs. So I was on the second half of the year for Coombs.
Okay.
And yeah, but I was at Coombs for about half a year. And it was nice because I met a lot of friends that I still keep in touch with when I
Nice.
went there, which is kind of cool.
Was there like a couple of teachers that you still remember or keep in contact with? Or?
No, not from there, honestly. No, not from there, because it was a very short-lived time
That's
for
right.
me. Yeah, it was extremely short.
Yeah, so then high school was really where you started to...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I started-
Who were the teachers that you remember that were kind of pinnacle in your life?
The main one that kind of always hits me over the head and just I always remember is Mr. Ellis. He's my
Okay.
chemistry teacher.
Nice.
A lot of wisdom there. A lot of
Okay.
wisdom, great teacher, and it was one of my favorite classes.
And you got to blow stuff up too, or no?
Exactly. Yeah.
Was there anybody in your life in high school or during that time that made you decide to get involved in government, or was it after?
No, it was after, honestly. Honestly, my entire life, all the way up until the age of 26, 27,
Yeah.
I did not know I was going to be in this position.
Wow.
At all. Like, at all. It was one of those things that I never thought about getting involved in government. You know, I studied it, but I never said, hey, that's what I want to do.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, no, never.
That's something that was very similar to my scenario too. Is
Yeah.
that it's not like I woke up one day like having an aspiration when I was
I wanna
7
be a
years
city
old.
councilman.
You know, I don't
Exactly.
feel I just kind of stumbled across
Yeah.
it that, and I think it came through a passion of just wanting to help the community,
Yeah.
right? I think that we're similar in that sense,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it just comes from wanting the best for our children, our friends, our family, wanting the best for our city. So there was no specific. Was there like a scenario, or what happened to like get you into? Because it was a planning commission, I think, when you
I was a
started.
planning commissioner at first. You know, I was back in 2019.
Okay.
Before that, I started watching city council meetings, just for the heck of it. I was missing something in my life after I graduated from the University of Redlands,
Okay.
which was that aspect of going to the library, studying, you know, doing papers, you know, just doing the whole research part. And I was missing that in my life. And I started watching city council meetings because of that. And not in a negative aspect, I just didn't like what I saw.
Right.
You know, I think back then there was a lot of animosity between city council members, you know, a lot of fighting between each other. And what I saw mainly was that the work wasn't getting done.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that not upset me, but frustrated me. So once I got involved in planning commission, I never thought I was going to go and do city council, but I said, hey, let's get involved and see what I can do
Right.
and you know, put my knowledge to work, you know, since I have it and I can provide it. And then the city council position became available and I campaigned and I won.
Nice.
So it was pretty exciting.
Well, and I love that you wanted to be about your passion, and if you saw a problem, that you're
Yeah.
going to try and find a solution and not just talk about it. I see it so often that there is almost the majority of people want to complain about something.
Yeah.
And it's easy. Anyone can complain about it. It's easy, right? It's
Especially
just
with our thumbs.
right.
Yeah.
And it comes to the point to where if you're going to complain about it, at what point do you just go and do something about it? Or are you constantly just going to be like, well, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, or that? And it becomes so easy for people to
Yeah.
do it that I think it's cool that you were like, I'm not going to just complain about it, I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out a solution. So
Well,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, you experienced it firsthand, you know, at city council, and we get a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
You know, we get a lot of people frustrated with what's going on in the city, and maybe they dislike people and so on. But you know, one of the things that frustrates me from that is that action instead of, you know, just words.
Right.
Because, you know, participate in the community. It's a huge thing, and anything helps. You know.
It does.
Anything
Yeah.
you do helps.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome. So is there your favorite thing or most rewarding part about serving the community that you like?
Talking to people, you know, when I'm out and about, you know, like when I'm at work and I go to lunch and I end up going into a restaurant to get my food or something, and I just bump into people, and
Right.
at times they'll recognize me and they're like, oh my God, are you the mayor? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can I talk to you for a little bit? And I'm like, of course. And, you know, they start talking to me about the things that they really like in their community and the things that they want to see in our community, you know, and that's really rewarding for me.
Yeah.
That people are out there listening, they appreciate the things that are happening in the community and the programs that we have.
Yeah, because it becomes a thankless job sometimes where you feel the majority of
Yeah.
people's opinions are mainly
Negative.
negative.
Yeah, mainly
Or at least
negative,
that's
yeah.
what we hear, and
Exactly.
it's hard to stay positive through all of that, you know, trials. So that's really cool. Is there something that you'd like to see more in our city, or like the direction or things that you would kind of, you know, like to see?
More community involvement.
Okay.
I think that's like the main thing that from when I started this till right now, you know, it's increased very, very slowly. But I would love to see more community involvement, and you know, the events that the chamber puts up for the community. I love those events just because so much people go out and enjoy these events, you know, without having to think about, I gotta spend so much
Right.
in order to do something fun for the adult and for the child.
Right.
But these events are amazing, and I love that.
We love doing them too, man.
yeah.
There's especially the Christmas one
my
where
God,
they
that
did the
was
toy
amazing this
giveaway.
year.
I
It
think we
was
gave away
such-
like 500 toys. Then we had some snow for the
yeah.
kids, and it was cool to see you out there, county
My daughters
supervisor.
were ecstatic
Right?
about it. Oh, they loved it. They loved
Yeah.
seeing the Grinch. They loved seeing Santa, and they were just obsessed.
You know, it's one of those things to where we don't really appreciate or we forget the value of having those community events
Yeah.
because it's just spreading joy and love.
Yeah.
It's it changes the culture and it helps with our city as one to unite.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we appreciate that you attend those things and you're interacting with the community. Is there a specific mentor or someone that has inspired you throughout the years that kind of helped shape who you are or your foundation of beliefs and anything like that?
It's gonna sound cheesy and very common.
I hope so.
But that's gonna be my mother.
Oh.
Oh yeah, 100% through and through. It's gonna be my mother. you
Yeah,
know.
mom's
Besides that, my brothers, they're always there for me, and especially my older brother. He's always been a big support of me as well. But yeah, I can't beat my mother on that.
Same.
Yeah.
I totally feel the same about mine too, man. She's been pinnacle in supporting,
Everything.
being a listening ear.
Yeah, through the ups and downs, she's always there, no matter what.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
Man, it's definitely a good quality to have a mom that's just like caring, loving, and I think it's easy for us maybe to take it for granted because
we
some
have it.
people don't have
Yeah,
that.
we experienced it, and I do feel, sad sometimes because I can see that certain people or a lot of people out there don't have that support from their mother or their family members, and it really hurts because throughout life to be in a good place, to be in a happy place, family is extremely important.
Oh, 100%. Especially when you go through tough times.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think it sucks and it's sad to see when people are struggling and they don't have a support system.
Yeah.
Then they have nothing to fall back on, and then it can just
It's
domino.
You spiral down. Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to all moms
Seriously,
that
shout out
are
to the
just
moms out there.
constantly supportive and keep doing what you're doing and making tortillas with butter and
God, yes.
fried bologna.
I'll never stop cooking.
We will never turn it down. We will never turn it down. So I have a cool game for us to play today, okay?
Let's do it.
So it's kind of like a true or false game to where you'll say just one statement, and it could be truth, it could be a lie. You can say whatever it is that you want.
Okay.
And then if it's true, if I believe it's true, I'll say, okay, yeah, I think it's true. If it's a lie, I'm using this powerful gavel right here, and I'm calling you on your
got
BS. And then once you do it,
You got it.
and then I'll do it, and we'll jump
Okay,
back.
let's do it.
So you go ahead
I go
and
first?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Okay. So when I was younger, probably around 6 or 7, I was in Washington, D.C., and I got attacked by a squirrel.
That's so specific that I feel like. When did it happen?
I was about 6 or 7.
In Washington, D.C.?
It's literally right in front of the White House, too.
I think I'm going to call the gavel on this one, and I'm going to say it's a lie. Was it?
Nope, it was
It's
true.
true?
Yeah, it's true.
A squirrel?
Yeah, man. I was on. We took a vacation. This is when I was living in Mexico too. We took a vacation as a family, and we drove up kind of like through the states, and we went to Washington D.C. because we wanted to see the White House, and we went to the park right in front of the White House, and there's a bunch of trees and a bunch of squirrels all the time. And I saw a squirrel on the tree, and there's actually video recording of this.
No
There
way.
was actually video recording of this.
Were you freaking out?
I was super excited to see the squirrel, and I literally got like super close to it because I wanted to touch it. And
Yeah.
I was looking at it and staring at it, and the squirrel was staring back, and
Wow.
on the tree, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it like jumps at me. And it was just
Was
like-
not a domesticated
It
squirrel.
was not.
Was not
It was hilarious
around
though.
humans.
It was really funny because it was caught on video, and I was like, it's one of those memories that they never go away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it was great.
Wow, I really thought that was a lie. It was so specific. I was like, okay,
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know. A squirrel, a bit in
Yeah.
Washington D.C.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So my turn. Let's see. I lived in Tennessee for 2 years, and I actually got to meet the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans at that time.
Man, this is really specific too. Tennessee. Known you for a while, and you actually never spoken about Tennessee, so I'm gonna call you on it. Actually,
You are correct.
ah yes,
But I did live in Tennessee.
yes, you
I did
live in
I did
Tennessee,
live in
okay.
Tennessee for 2 years. I wanted to meet the Tennessee Titans quarterback.
Never
but,
happened.
Yeah, I did start watching football or watching more of the Titans after that. Cause man, they're a huge, like football state.
Oh yeah,
I remember when class, they would shut down like everything
Just
to
to watch
watch
the
the
game,
games.
yeah.
I was like, man, I can get used to this. They would watch the Tennessee Volunteers, anything that had to do with college sports,
Yeah.
pro. I was all about it.
that's kind of cool, living like in a different state, getting that
Yeah.
that experience of like, because California is so much different than everywhere
Man,
else.
it's two different
It's insane.
worlds, man.
Yeah, literally different worlds.
It is.
Yeah.
Dang, all right, you caught me. All right, it's your turn.
Let's see. In high school, I had really long hair, literally to my shoulders. Literally to my shoulders.
High school, long hair. I want to ask follow-up questions, like were you in a rock band or something?
Follow-up questions are fine.
I feel like that's, I want to say true. I think you might have rocked the long hair. It wasn't a mullet, it was just all long hair?
No, it was long hair. Yeah, it was parted in the middle, all the way down.
Yeah? Yeah, I think I'm going to say it was true.
Yeah, it is true. I was.
We're 1-1.
I played tennis throughout my whole high school
Oh,
career.
that's right, yeah.
I was a big tennis guy, and during that time, you saw the athletes, the professional athletes, like with the long hair.
That's right, they would just like
and,
herbal essence,
and
you
they
know?
had the bands, and like all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I was really into that, and I was like, I'm gonna let my hair grow like that. And,
Oh
and
my
I,
God.
And I did. So it was pretty wild.
That was the whole scene, you know?
Oh, yeah, it was the
Having
whole
the hair
scene.
flip
Yeah.
during tennis was like,
Oh yeah, that
ladies
hair
were
going.
loving, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh my God, look at him swing.
I
that."
miss it.
Okay, so
Your turn, sir.
I think it was, okay, let me see. 7th grade at Coombs,
7th grade Coombs.
because Coombs, I was the last class at Coombs, by the way. They turned into the
Into adult school.
Right.
Yeah.
And then everybody else had to go to Nicollet. Some of me and my buddies decided that it would be funny to throw balls during class at the whiteboard.
Paintball balls. Sounds very mischievous. I think you're right on that. I think it's true.
I don't like that you're
I think
guessing
you
these
did it.
correct.
Oh my God, I think you did it. I think you did it.
Horrible idea. What a horrible thing to do to a teacher.
Oh,
we
no.
were evil, man. We were so evil.
It's easy to clean though, which is the nice thing about it.
Yeah, I guess so. But they didn't. I don't think they knew who did it, because it would when they turned around.
Oh, you guys never got caught.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I feel like the whole class suffered probably. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah. But what a horrible thing to do.
Yeah. Childhood memories.
I know, right?
I love
I
it.
could do things differently at that age. You know, I was a troubled kid at that time. So
I think we all were.
yeah.
I think we all were.
Okay, we'll do one more game.
All right.
Let's do. How about the Would You Rather bucket?
Do it.
That's the black bucket. Yes.
Let's do it.
These ones are cool because they're just
Random
random.
questions,
Yeah,
yeah, I
super
like that.
random, and I love it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery? This is actually a good one. Those are two different lifestyles.
It's two different lifestyles. I don't know. I like the camping. There's some sceneries out there that they're just insane.
Yeah, and it's totally opposite.
Yeah.
You know, the culture of being in like camping it's way more quiet, or you know, if
Yeah.
you're out there in the woods.
Well, you're in a cabin, it's snowing, or you're just out in the woods, and there's no lighting outside, so you get to see this full sky, and
Yeah.
that's just honestly that's incredible, and the luxury thing you can do
Yeah,
anytime.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
so,
is totally
the
different.
camping for sure.
I love that. All right, let's do another one. Okay, would you rather be an Olympic gold medalist
Ooh.
or a Nobel Peace Prize winner?
Olympic gold medalist. I'm a big athlete guy.
That would be
When
cool.
I was in high school and college, I played a lot of sports, and I would have given
I mean,
anything to be Olympic.
That's
gold
the highest
medalist.
of the
Oh, yeah.
highest, man.
That is the highest of the highest, and especially when you're that young and you can achieve something like that, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, that's man, that would be for sure. I probably would do the same too.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Hopefully this is a difficult one. Make you think. All right. Yeah, a little bit. Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator?
Oh.
Dang.
One thing about me is I hate the cold.
Mm.
I despise the cold. I love summertime,
So
and I
good.
love the heat, and so I would take the elevator.
Oh,
over
dang.
the ski-
He's like, I'm
all day
claustrophobic.
over
I
the
don't
ski
care. I
lift.
just don't want to be in this
all
snow.
day over the ski lift. Yes.
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
know if man, being in an elevator, I think that would, I don't know if I
Freak
could
you
do
out.
that. Because and especially if it's for a long time, you don't even know if it's going to drop. Maybe if it's at the floor level.
Oh, like maybe if you're like in the very top
Yeah,
floor.
then I'm like,
you're
all right, cool. You know,
I don't
just
know about
feed me some
that, yeah.
snacks from up top. I don't know. But having it to where if
Yeah.
you're like at the top floor and you're stuck, that, you know what's funny is that happened to me after, I think it was a party in college or something, and we went to somebody's house or room, and it was one of those apartments that had an elevator.
Yeah.
And there, we packed in, I swear, probably like 15 to, I don't know, maybe 17 people in there.
no.
Of course, there was a gentleman that was on the heftier side, and we were all kind of freaking out, like, oh man, I don't know if and we got stuck.
Oh my god.
We got stuck, and we had to call the
Fire, yeah.
ambulance and I mean, we were there for probably a good 45 minutes. Luckily, we had drinks with us, so we ended up being
partying
like
in
a
there,
party
yeah,
in the
yeah.
elevator, and everybody's kind of hanging out. But it was kind of being stuck like that.
That's a
where
little scary too. Yeah.
oh man,
Like claustrophobic.
for sure.
Like,
Was not happy about it. I guess the alcohol kind of helped a little bit at the same time. Well, is there anything that you want to shed light on that's kind of going on in the city, or anything that you just want to have your last 2 cents to talk about here and just to shed some light on?
Yeah, I believe that participating in the community is a huge thing for all of us. It doesn't matter what you do, if you go out and pick up trash, if you go out and participate in city council meetings, which we would love to anybody attend, whether you have negative comments, positive comments, we want to hear it all. We're always going to be there to give support to anything and anybody that we can help with, and we're always either a phone call away, or email away, or text away, and if they need something, we're going to be there. So
Love it. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Mayor,
thank you guys for
coming
having me.
today.
It's
Yeah,
a pleasure.
I think it's cool to see a different light of you that the community may not know about you, and this is just a cool way for you to kind of, connect them and them to see you. And
I hope they enjoy it.
yeah. So thank you for coming,
you,
man. I
appreciate
appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
And that wraps up another episode of Chamber Chats, and stay tuned for the next one.
See you guys.
Cool. That Popeye sock worked out. That's fantastic.
Real good. It's funny that you gave me the sock. That you gave me these socks, and I was like, "This is really funny," because I used to watch this all the time,
man.
dude.